for the ground. I'm a 2020, whoa, whoa. Woke up to deposits and it's only 8 a.m. Do it for the fam, I don't do it for the gram. Do it for my daughters, do it for my little man. That's my 2020, reason why I win. Lot of missed calls, looking bloody in my call log. I bet to myself, I'm not sorry that I logged, dog. Check my mental health, I was feeling like a lost dog. Bounce back and wipe my paws off. Get it off the humble and I stick to what I know. Nights on top of nights, long nights took a toll. Took some steps back, but I still get up and I go. And now you know, I'ma make some and I'ma spend it, yeah. New Jeep, no doors with it, no. I won't stop now, who you kidding, kidding? Every day I wake up, I'ma send it, I'ma send it, I'ma send it. Every day I wake up, I'ma send it. I'ma make some and I'ma spend it, Every day I wake up, I'ma send it. Pressure on me daily, got the family on my back. Dreams are getting bigger, put the city on my map. World inside my palm, but I'll try not to get attached. Moment that is here, could be over just like that. Fast car, no NASCAR. I was never working hard, I guess I'm mad smart. Top speed like a rocket, it was blast off. 6 figures from my couch without a mask on. Waited for my cycle like a laundromat. Going to the moon, it's on top and that. 2 straight years of dropping back to back. Epidemic jumping like an acrobat. I'ma make some and I'ma spend it, yeah. New Jeep, no doors with it, no. I won't stop now, who you kidding, kidding? Every day I wake up, I'ma send it, I'ma send it, I'ma send it. Every day I wake up, I'ma send it, I'ma make some and I'ma spend it, Every day I wake up, I'ma send it. Time to run it all. I wake up. Yeah. I wake up, flex, thumb down now. Check, no drip this. Wet. Tell 'em run it up. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first I stretch. Tell 'em run it up. I wake up, flex, thumb down now. Check, no drip this. Wet. Tell 'em run it up. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first I stretch. Tell 'em run it up. 9 out of 10 roll through my hands, I'm by my lonely. Turned to a savage, now my baby wants to hold me. I love my fans, don't need no friends, I got my homies. Thought I could trust you, I find out you tried to zone me. I'm number 1 up on that court, I'm Nick McGrady. The first one in, the last one out, can't call me lazy. Put in my hours, send the invoice and they pay me. I need 6 rings like MJ and Tom Brady. I wake up, flex, thumb down now. Check, no drip this. Wet. Tell 'em run it up. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first I stretch. Tell 'em run it up. I wake up, flex, thumb down now. Check, no drip this. Wet. Tell 'em run it up. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first I stretch. Tell 'em run it up. Y'all gon' make me take that trip way out to Europe. I call up Nigeria, come through in a hurry. Those London boys don't come to play, you should get worried. One false move, find yourself, they getting buried. Dance with the devil, used to love playing those games. Made some bad decisions that brought my mama pain. I made a promise to her, swore that I would change. I'm on the come up, bet I live up to my name. I wake up, flex, thumb down now. Check, no drip this. Wet. Tell 'em run it up. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first I stretch. Tell 'em run it up. I wake up, flex, thumb down now. Check, no drip this. Wet. Tell 'em run it up. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first I stretch. Tell 'em run it up.
Good morning all. Yes sir. Hope everyone is well, hope everyone is good. Let's get it. Morning to all. Happy Monday to everyone. Hope everyone is good and well. And yeah, let me make sure all systems go. Does look, everything does look, it is working. And let's get into it. Start off here our Monday and run it up. So start off on the calendar is gonna be first here. Monday is gonna be JPY bank holiday. It's not really too much of a problem I've noticed in the past. You can even see GJ moved quite well during Asian session. Nice move down. So there's definitely volume there. In the past, I've actually seen sometimes more volume during JPY bank holiday. It's not kind of like a GBP bank holiday or a USD bank holiday where I basically seen, you know, a lot more less volume, inconsistencies and stuff like that. So yeah, that's basically only thing we have today. Actually, not even you know, during New York session any news which is, you know, out of the norm. But after NFP, markets need a bit of a break to recalibrate. So tomorrow we do have a little bit of news. PPIs gonna come through. We will have the GBP CPI, we'll have the GBP GDP, and then we will also finish off with the retail sales here. So we basically have GBP news for the rest of the week here. Big one is going to be, of course, the CPI, which is going to be a measure on inflation. Obviously, numbers ticking up here is actually going to let them hold rates higher for longer. If we see a drastic move down, they are forecasting the same numbers. Looks to keep it higher for longer. Just hold it nice and steady. Let that slowly creep down towards the 2%. So, you know, especially if numbers come back better, that will even further go with the GBP weakness here that we've been seeing on the charts. What's interesting is the level we're at. If we see numbers come back higher, then this makes total sense for maybe a potential bounce from where we are here in the beginning of the week, which I'm going to show you now. So yeah, if we go ahead and start off on the monthly time frame, we're actually very close to monthly support. So even though sells are happening, it's kind of happened over Asian, the selling zone I wanted to capitalize on, because selling right next to monthly support, we can sell below it, but you know, it's going to be a zone of rejection as we've seen in the past here. Likewise with the weekly, it is going to be a zone of rejection. We have found our lows since September 2024, right? Since September, these is where we found our lows, somewhere in this area where we're at right now. So where we're approaching here is going to get more and more dangerous for looking for huge continuations of sells. That doesn't mean we don't have enough ranges to sell. We do still have some form of ranges here. I do want to mark this daily support here. I'm going to clone this and mark the second one here. Yeah, previous daily obviously closing bearish, previous 4 hours also closing bearish below that daily support here. Very close to tapping the 4-hour support that it created itself there. If anything, can call it somewhat tapped. We are pulling back, which is better for us than to be at lows. So I rather us pull back than be at lows, because with pullbacks we can look to continue down. Right now we're reacting off the previous daily support that I had. Today is bearish bias, so looking for buys won't be in London. They'll probably start by New York session. Like if we want to play out a bounce from here or even a potential reversal, then that's going to probably start by New York session. For London session today, it's still bearish here. We still do have a bearish bias. We do have changes of structure. We're starting to form a little bit of mess down here, which we don't really want to sell into. 15-minute here. Yeah, that mess is the same as daily support, right? Yeah, basically where daily support is where that mess starts. Then once we get below this zone here, this is a 1-hour support. Go ahead and mark that. Once we get below there, what happens? 30-minute is lower, cascading, right? Yeah, full cascading. Okay, so not the easiest, actually, not the easiest with cascading supports and resistances as always. They are typically harder to trade. Let's see what this zone is here. 15-minute here. See what we got going on here to here. 11 pips, 16. Yeah, I mean, I would love to see a little liquidity grab up, then close below here. And then with that liquidity, it can give me confidence that we can push through these levels here, back through the daily support and stuff to continue the sells. If price just wants to keep bouncing counter trend, we can consider, but we need to consider it a little bit later, because we've just broke our first structure here. This is the first basically structural point we've broken on a 1 hour, and is not even created a real structural point. You could count it minimum as a 30-minute. So it still has the possibility to continue down even though we did break this structural point. Question is going to be, how does this 50-minute candle close? If we start to create a consolidation and then close above around London session, around above the daily support, or after Frankfurt open, then yeah, that actually entertains maybe a counter trend trade. If not, I would love to see again that liquidity grab to continue down bearish, because realistically here, the sells really happened over this morning. Daily open somewhere up here, we pushed down, we got a beautiful structure formed, retested the 50-minute level, closed below, and gave you the continuation. Even deep here, is an option to test daily support and see what's up. I wonder if this had a bottom wick on broker or not. Actually, I would like to find that out. We'll have a look. Let's see. Mr. GJ, 15-minute. It did as well have a bottom wick on broker. So that was a very clean trade, actually. That was a very, very, very clean trade. Yeah, quite like that. Option of the day, that is. So this was your ideal trade. If you're trading Asian session and didn't take this, my question is why? You did get a nice top wick as well. It's okay if you didn't. It's just going to be a matter of going back, journaling that, and writing to yourself, okay, this was the option of the session. I didn't take it because I hesitated, or whatever reason that stopped you from taking it. And yeah, that's basically how it is. Would you put stops above structure? In this, no, because of this range resolutions, right? So I would have just put stop in terms somewhere like, yeah, just above, like, instead of 16, I put 18 pips. I wouldn't go above this wick here. Otherwise, I start to get worried about risk to reward. But it's a very simple trade, this actually, very, very simple trade. It's what we talked about actually in the webinar, right? We talked about how you need either structure before or for it to close below, create the structure, and then continue down. So good volume in Asian. Now we need to see what price wants to do. This candle is trying to close below here. I wonder if it's too early or not to attempt to continue this move. We're late, because if I'm being honest, would I try, like if I was continuing trading imagine I sat through Asian session, I wouldn't be taking this right now 100%. And it's not even Frankfurt open now. So we'll see in 36 seconds how this candle closes, and then we'll do that. Hey Tradesharpe, new here, welcome brother. Was watching your New York session videos and needed extra clarification. When trading Forex in New York, do you trade between 8 to 9? And are they volume periods? I trade from 8 a.m. Eastern to 10:30 a.m. Eastern. Those are the best times. 8 a.m. to 10:30 would be fine. That would be your best time, 8 a.m. to 10:30. So that's how that would work. Feeling refreshed and ready after the webinar? Let's get it. Yeah, let's go. So candle is closing above. Yeah, looks like it did close just above, guys, here. If we just make this actually fully accurate. So that would actually break my plan, since it's really not closing. And this is also not a 30-minute close. So we don't have the 30-minute close to argue this. So we're going to wait, and we're going to see what's happening on the rest of our pairs here. And take it from there. So looking at gold here, we've gone into a bit of a consolidation after NFP. So NFP numbers came out drastically higher than expected. We saw NFP numbers come in very, very high. We could actually see those numbers. Oh, that's the wrong one. You can see those numbers. Let's go to last week. 200 something it came back. 256. So they forecasted 264. The month before last was 212, and employment change came back 256. So very strong labor market. Absolutely no need to reduce interest rates with such a strong labor market, and the Fed is expecting labor market to cool. So yeah, definitely is why you saw the initial move down, which did end up getting bought, to be honest. I guess just with a I'm interested to see how dollar also reacted from that. Dollar also went up. So we're seeing that where, yeah, it makes sense. So we're seeing where that, I mean, it gives them the opportunity to cut rates again because the labor market is strong. You know, that's why you'd probably see that reaction as well. The initial reaction is because it gives them the opportunity to cut interest rates if they would like to. So we'll see what ends up happening in terms of that front. That is not a front that we control, interest rates and rate decisions. We don't control that, but what we do control is what we do on the chart. So NFP popped up here and then went into a classic consolidation here. If we're checking a weekly time frame, you can see weekly time frame has successfully closed quite bullish here, strong bullish. And we're seeing that daily time frame here on gold is also closing strong bullish here. 4-hour time frame is closing, yeah, it's a little bullish candle here. This current candle does not have a bottom wick, which would have been preferred. Do have a 4-hour target here. I think this previous 4-hour is going to be irrelevant, the one I have right here. I'm just going to check it if it's just turned into a 1-hour. No, the 1-hour is now a little bit higher. So 1 hour, that is our next zone we have. And then 30 minutes same, 50 minute please be same. No, 50 minutes screwed us, and 50 minutes is different here. So yeah, it becomes a little tricky, right, where to look for buys. I think it is bullish. It is bullish, but I need more price action. Maybe above here. You know, push it above here. We'll have to see. We'll have to see our price forms. It's coming a little bit of a messy range. But I am bullish today. It is a bullish buy session. If we come back to the bottom of the range, I'll look for buys back up. That is one option I have right now. But where we are right now, the continuation, it's not the worst range. 29 pips is not the worst range. Top of the range, yes, you kind of have to expect it to continue. That's my point why I said it's tough. It's like that top of that triangle, right? You're kind of a bit stuck here, you know. You'd have to expect volume to push out. We know that this is the last you know, part of the move. Ideally, that's why down here would be okay as well. So we'll see how gold forms. Actually, it's not moving too much at the moment, so let it move. If it decides to make a move down, we can look for buys back up. Decides to make a move up, we'll see how we tackle that, right? But we know what we're looking for. It's pretty simple plan. Now to cap off here with DAX, can move a lot of these lines actually. So DAX has seemed to make a resolution here towards the downside. So we've resolved this big consolidation towards the downside. Weekly time frame opened up here, still bullish on weekly time frame though. Daily time frame as well is closing bearish with a nice resolution candle here, showing us a pretty strong bearish candle close. 4-hour time frame on the other hand is approaching 4-hour support slowly but surely. Very, very bad to have all of these candles bit by bit moving down. We would have preferred this to close bullish, then to close bearish, because we're starting to see it get weaker and weaker and weaker. We're seeing big rejection wicks and less continuation. Except of this, we see the opposite. We see big rejection wicks and continuation, right? Rejection wicks, continuation. Rejection wick, continuation, right? That's what we want to see. We want to see continuation. We don't want to see it chop down slowly. I want to try find an example where we see it chop down slowly and then it starts to reverse. Let's see. Actually hasn't done that in a long time, where it chops down slowly. Like everything is big continuation candles, looks strong, big continuation candles. I guess this period here, but this was led after a nice big candle and then we chopped down for a little bit, then got the pullback and then the rest of the continuation. So hasn't done it in a while. Here's a small example here, right? This is the nearest example. You can start to see it chop down slowly, candles get weaker, we get the pullback, then the next candle really gives the solid move you want to be in. So the problem is that there's only a small risk that we are involved in maybe a chance of this type of pullback candle for 4 hours or something, right? So if you have that, it just helps, right? Doesn't mean that it's not going to be an option, but it helps. So if we look at bring back some lines here, we're looking at the 4-hour support here, right? So this is 4-hour support, 4S, That's basically going to be max target of the session. If we look at market positioning here, we're lower towards the range, similar to GJ actually, as 4 hour is a major target. If we can push through it, great. But as long as we're trading to it, it's going to be fine. 1 hour, we have a little bit of mess here. We should mark. $30-minute, we have a little bit of mess here. We need to mark. It's our 30-minute support here. 30. So we've eaten up again in Asian this big clean range here. This candle here, from here to here. Actually, it was not the cleanest the way it ate it up. Look at this. We dipped into it, pulled back heavy, then continued. 15-minute is looking a really heavy wick consolidation here. Normally when we break these wick consolidations, can give some heavy continuation, but also could liquidity grab. I've seen that before. It's actually quite scary when you have those wick things, because it could just wick, tap this 30, not 330, and boom, reject. You get a big candle up, it does some of this bullshit, and then later continues down. So DAX, I am bearish here. You know, we do have bearish bias for sure. That is certain. 15-minute, we do have room down towards this 15-minute support. Below it as well, there's more options for sells. 5-minute is a little bit lower here. I probably want to close below the wicks or something. So we'll see how this reacts. This is very interesting the way this is forming. I've actually not seen in my backtesting or trading this exact scenario on DAX. Of course, on other pairs, I've had this scenario before, but this is an interesting scenario on DAX where we're sitting at the lowest point of the session with a heavy wick rejection zone. Market positioning is low in the market, so we're not actually trading from highs to low. So there's actually, even though this looks extremely clean, without volume, it is a tough position, because you need volume to continue down in the lower part of the range, because you're going to be, if you're going to sell the breakout here, we're going to sell from the exact lows of the session without a liquidity grab up. Market positioning will be close to a support, and we're at a very interesting wick rejection. You know, whenever you have wick rejections, you're always questioning, why isn't price going through here? You know, it's always becomes a question. We could wait for setup 4 from the top. Yeah, that's all another trade that is obviously going to be plausibility here. Plausible, but the problem is that if that doesn't come, but what it's doing right now is healthy, because it's going to go up, grab liquidity. If I see the liquidity grab up, then close below. Simple. So that is going to be the plan, guys. That is going to be the plan. Let's see what ends up happening here. GJ tried to break the highs again, is trying to get now below the lows, but it seems like in the next 5 minutes it might actually dump and fill the range. It's a very tight range we have here to capitalize. We have only around 2 pips to this 30-minute and about 9 pips to the back towards the daily support, previous daily support, which we can use as a watch zone, but we'll see how this is forming. I would actually really love if this candle was to close bullish like this, and then the next one close below. That's going to be a clean setup, because that will give us more probability. So yeah, that's the analysis for today. Appreciate everyone showing up on a Monday. How much of us? 280 of us in here. Appreciate everyone showing up. If you guys enjoyed the analysis, make sure to leave a like. Definitely a good analysis, in-depth one. And yeah, let's get it Monday here. Time to lock in, run it up for this week, and see what's up. So yeah, let's get the likes at least 250, then I don't have to ask. Much easier. Blast webinar yesterday, man. Thanks. Yeah, it was a really good webinar. I think this is one of the most, I had it planned as a refresher, but the conversation I had yesterday, the way we flowed after it was absolutely insane, you know? Absolutely insane. People would sell that webinar as like $1,000 package for sure. But that's what I like about having webinars, is that we could it's kind of natural as well, right? It's not fully like let's say you know, you have like a course video that is pre-recorded and pre-scripted. You can't really get that same essence that we got in that webinar, and I really like that about it, because I can speak what I want to speak, and it kind of, since everyone is watching live, we can kind of go off into different tangents, which make it even better. So yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed that webinar. I think I named it must watch. If you guys are in the group, definitely do check it out. Very, very deep conversation we had about, you know, some really important stuff. I must have named it must watch. What did I name it? This one. If not, I am gonna name it must watch right now. Must watch. Yeah, I do remember naming it that. We have a lot of webinars. This 2025, we have 2023 when we started the group, and we have all of 2024. 52 weeks of webinars. This one I don't need. Yeah. Quickly. May I ask how to execute trades faster in MT5? I check 3 charts in Tradingview, but I often get fused when I need to open a trade MT5. I'm doing a prop firm challenge. First of all, if you're doing a prop firm challenge and you can't execute an MT5 properly, I'm going to be honest with you, it's not a good sign for your prop firm challenge. It's a basic skill to be able to manage your MT5. You shouldn't be needing to execute over 3 charts at once. I would say then your plan has a leak there to be executing on 3 charts at once. You could always have 3 you could always have 3 basically 3 charts open to do that, but you don't really want to be doing that, you know. I think that would be more not focused enough. All you have to do is open one-click trading. One-click trading is going to be the key to that, but make sure you are calculating risk, right? Make sure you are calculating risk. The value you're giving Harry cannot be calculated in terms of money. Too much value you give. I appreciate that, man. Come on, people, support with a like. Great content. I appreciate that. Your live stream is game changer to me. Amazing. What camera do you use to stream? Sony ZV-1. ZV-1. It's actually a vlog camera, but I use it to stream. So this candle closing here. Selling right into 30-minute support. I don't know how smart that is going to be from our side. Really don't know. It's really a question at this point how smart this is going to be, selling straight into this, back into daily support. 1 hour is going to be closing bullish. You're selling right into this 1 hour mess here as well. It's not easy. It's really not easy spot. Asian really made London trading difficult today, because look at how big look at Asian 1 hour candles and look at the candles we have to deal with in London. That should explain a lot to you of where your difficulty that we're here right now compared to Asian. It's an easy 1-to-1 though. Don't think it's an easy 1-to-1. 1 hour support is right there. No bottom wick on this candle. Your stop loss here is what? 21 pips for a target here of what? 6 pips. Not a really easy 1-to-1. It's not the easiest 1-to-1, that's for sure. 1 hour support is very close. Your target here is 1 hour support. This next 1 hour support is going to be a target. And it's reacting already off this one. So you don't know which one is going to react. Have you tried swing trading? I do trade. I do trade swing, yes. Do you have a university degree, and how do you think university is a scam? I don't think university is a scam. I think people go to university same way they call trading a scam. Close below at the open, big top wick. Oh shit. Yeah, that does look good. Can I calculate risk fast enough? Shit. Fucking looking at GJ here, man. That's my position there. Fucking discussing stupid GJ. Yeah, if you got DAX, congrats. It did close below. We did get the beautiful top wick here. Maybe I get a chance to get in. We'll see. We'll see if 1 minute creates structure or not. But would I have been break even around this zone? Let's see. Can I calculate risk fast enough? Yeah, I don't FOMO in. That's also very important. That I didn't FOMO in, right? Need to check if I can calculate risk. Very important. $166. Where did we tap? 166. Yeah, that's why we're rejecting that. Interesting. So we basically need like a 1 minute setup too, to be honest. My spread just settled on DAX. But it seems like it's just no bottom wick on the close. Yeah, I'm not too worried always about those on DAX. I'm more worried about top wicks than bottom on DAX. Okay, we might get that now, that 1 minute pullback. Let's see how it reacts. Okay. Let's see. I don't think I'm gonna get my pullback if I'm being honest, and that's just my see, the thing is, if I miss the entry, I'm not gonna FOMO in and try find a random way in without finding something that has more confirmation, because that's how you lose trades all the time. I mean, the entry was up here once we broke the lows. This didn't even come back to it, even if you sniped it. And if you're entering here, you're being stupid, because why? This entry, even though it's a good entry with the top wick, you actually don't have 1 minute structure here. So you could literally sell right here and then this come all the way back up, you know, and this will be an extremely bad entry here. So I just have to accept that I was watching GJ. I mean, it is playing a bit. It's not an easy trade if you're holding it. Wow. That's nasty, man. That's my point. Imagine you sold right here. That's oh, that's nasty. You know, that gives you nightmares. That gives you absolute nightmares. Here's the 15. Did we tap it exactly? That jumped would have been a little lost than B. It was a big spike here, so I think it was the right call for me to wait for that 1 minute pullback. And this was the point of that 1 minute pullback, is you don't know how deep it's going to be. It's a sweaty trade if you're in, up and down pumping like that. I think for us, I'll look for a 5 minute candle close below this 30 minute and then take another entry like that, as this will give me more confirmation. Still makes sense. I do have risk to reward there, so that would make sense for me. 5 minutes after the Frankfurt Open, it's okay. I mean, if you're still in the first trade, you're still in. You're not going to be stopped out yet. It's just a little bit of a pain unless you went break even. If you went break even, then that's going to be your re-entry option if it happens here. But we have a very strong push right now. This is very interesting price action, man. Not even a 1 minute close. And this is also the advantage of just getting in the first position. 1 minute FU candle, yeah, but still it would make you survive, and now you hit TP. So that's very interesting. So my question to myself is, would I have had enough time to go break even? How would I have acted in that position? I really wonder. I can't say that till I was actually in. I didn't know where I would exactly be in. Would I have had enough time to move to break even? Because this closed no bottom wick, opened no bottom wick. So you literally open pushed up here. So how the hell are you going to get in? How the hell are you going to move to break even unless you move to it earlier? Then that would have stopped you out at break even. So it's actually an interesting position to would have run mentally to see, okay, how would you have managed that position? I wonder. I have to be in it to know. Face value, I don't think I would have had enough time to get to break even. I would have held it stop loss or back towards this zone. Once it broke the low, 100% break even. Now I have to look for some sort of 5-minute setup too. It's very jumpy. It's very jumpy. You need good stops today. It did tap 5-minute support before pulling back. Yeah, but would you have enough time? Like the candle just tapped the 5-minute support. The next one open push like that. Replay it. You'll see it. It's not about it did tap something. It's about did you have time to actually drag your stop loss to break even? Or press a button if you're using a trade manager, whatever it may be. We're seeing pretty jumpy here, huh? Big pullbacks. I wouldn't mind that 5-minute setup too. But I don't even think we'll get that because this 5-minute looks like it's going to close bullish after all of that. So patience is not being too bad here. It's actually pretty okay. Unless you got in that original close below. That original close below, yes, was a sweat. But you would have been able to hit a TP there for sure. Would have hit some sort of take profit zones. Good day, coach. Is webinar available on YouTube? No, it's not. Harry, could I ask, is there specific days you choose not to trade? Yeah, bank holidays. I got in, but I thought it would push a little bit more after 1-to-1 and got up break even. Oh, it's a little bit of greed, I would say there, right? That's where you should experiment with a runner, right? Because this is where, you know, you have a profitable trade where you get in time, you hold through the BS, and then you're there to get paid, right? That's why we have that kind of rule. It's based on probabilities. What pair is this? This is called DE30, German 40. It's called the DAX, depends what your broker wants to call it. So that's where I always experiment with runners. So this 5-minute candle is ending up closing bearish here. I wonder if it closes below or not. If it closes below, it could be an opportunity for a wick fill. Let's see. Oh, closed above. Man, making it tough. 1-minute support is down here. So we probably will tap that. 15 closes in 5 minutes. So 15 can have a wick fill here. I do want to close below here because this is a 30 and a 15. And we're obviously seeing some sort of issues around this zone. We reacted off this 15 minutes down here. That's where we got this massive bounce from. So technically one target has been tapped. So when we're trying to fill a wick, we do want extra confirmation because now we have a target that's been tapped. You know? Some of the guys caught it. Nice, nice. Yeah, stop loss was a bit wide here. You can get away with stop loss above that wick that was made on the open. You know? But obviously good. Netted what? 345? That's not bad. 500 risk, 345. With the stop loss you put, yeah, it's not bad. You got a good close though, the good close you got. Pre-market trading on DAX is safe one. Yeah, we're not pre-market. Frankfurt has opened, but it is pre-London market. Yes, it is fine. I have tested it during this time. Also check, Kevin, you're sending me a direct message. I like to put my stop loss a little bit higher as well. Yeah, I mean, it's fine. It's just, can you push the risk to reward, you know? How's the 24-hour race? Very cool, man. Very, very, very cool. I love that stuff. Good call on GJ. Respected 30-minute support, I'm guessing. Yeah. Respected that 30-minute support. It's tough, you know. Close right at it. That's the problem. You know, everyone is excited for sells. That's a loss avoided there, but no one will recognize that, you know. Recognize that that's a loss avoided. If we do close below that later, it will be an option. I'm wondering if DAX is just going to melt today. I mean, it's really... Even 1 minute is not giving you chances to get in. 5 minutes is not giving you setup 2s. 1 minute is not even giving you a setup 2. 1 minute's closing at support. Like, really? What is the way to get in? I don't know. I don't know. The way to get in was the one when we were looking at stupid GJ. And that sometimes will happen, right? You're looking at another pair because it's setting up, you're discussing that, and then a setup happens on another pair. It's totally will happen there. Just depends which one you want to be more locked in on. Which I guess in this thing is my mistake, should have been more locked in, but it's hard to juggle 5 things at once, and I accept that that's going to be a part of what happens while I trade with multiple pairs. Are you getting the new 5090? I like it, man. I think it's worth the money for sure. I think it's worth the money, but I think it performs just as good as how my current GPU performs, I think. I need to check it. Widening the screen could be an idea. It's too small, you know. No, it's just you need to check at the close, you know. Okay, DAX was coming towards the close. Realistically, I just put an alert right there as it breaks the low. Well, to be my first ever YouTube trade, I came across Harry when I haven't caught up with his videos in years. I've seen my edge and profitability using ICT concepts, each to their own. Yes, each to their own. Good luck with ICT. Make sure to get testosterone checked while you're at. It's good for your trading. 5090 is 2 times more powerful as 4090, although it's AI stuff. Oh, that's insane. GJ wants to bleed. DAX wants to bleed. DAX wants to bleed. Where's DAX going? Back to support. What's the way we're gonna find a way in is gonna be the question, right? That's gonna be the question right now. So only way I can find in right now is something closing bullish, next one closing bearish. So it needs to have, even 1 minute is tough. I'm not in the mood to kind of FOMO entry this, like rip it right here, sell, stop loss above here for 32 points. Even though that could work out if today ends up being a day where we just melt, but right at this scenario right here, it's not the easiest. It's not the easiest. Not really the, I'm not really in the mood to try that and then get absolutely rinsed by the market, even though it could be one of these days here. I do need to be aggressive on a breakout like this because this is basically the equivalent of something like that. But I do want to have an entry option because I know DAX can pull back very heavy. So I'm really hoping for at least 5 minutes worth of relaxing. You know, just to let me get in above this zone. That would be ideal. So if this candle could close bullish and the next one can close bearish, then that would be an option. If it keeps doing this, I don't know. Even 1 minute, I don't know. Like I said, the only way to get in is to rip that entry with aggressive, very aggressive. Put stop loss above the highs, 35 points, which it needs to do a lot of business to get 1-to-1. And, you know, you kind of say, okay, fine, I don't care. If I lose, I lose. You just say today it should go down, and if I lose, I lose, which we could try. We could try there, but, you know, people are going to cry when that happens. GJ as well has done business here before the 15. Flipped last minute. Actually, that could have been an option, this one here, but that's right at daily support. I wonder. Daily support doesn't seem to be cared too much about. How big is this stop loss? 24. Okay, yeah, it's a little bit deep. Yeah, it sucks when you miss the original position. Makes it very difficult task. Because right now I'm chasing. I'm really chasing. Hi, how many pips before you realize you missed the move for the session? It's not about miss the move, it's about the setup. What setup do you have? So pips don't matter because we don't really know this week how much our ASP is, but it's about the setup. What setup has happened and has it reached a target afterwards? Because if it's reached a target, no matter if that target was 100 pips, 20 pips, that's your trading range for the session. So it's not really about how many pips before a session is cooked. It's basically, has it reached a target? With a setup, right? If it just dumped towards the target or pumped towards the target, no way to get in, you've never missed anything. There's going to be plenty of those moves. You don't sit here and feel guilty about missing this perfect setup too here, right? No one came to the charts today and was like, I wish I was entering on this, man. This was so easy to enter. No one's really feeling like that we were focusing on current, so you shouldn't feel the same way, right? We spoke about that actually in the webinar, right? No one is thinking about, oh, okay, I really wish I took this, close below, gave you the pullback you wanted, gave you a resistance, next candle. Look at that top wick, beautiful top wick. That's like a picture perfect setup too, with even extra continuation here to fill the wick completely, you know? So you don't really feel FOMO about that, but that move there is cleaner than what we're having right now. Unless you enter the first one, of course. First one wasn't locked in enough. Now this thing is going to punish me for that. Right? It's going to punish me for that. Unless I just randomly sell somewhere. But that's a bad habit. Like, I'll be more upset at myself. Today would be a day, maybe I get away with it. But it's gambling at that point. That's just taking a trade to take a trade. So everyone can be like happy-go-lucky, you know? But you can do that. Like, if I was here to impress on YouTube, I would do that. But I'm not going to risk my money on that. I would just, you know, put it on YouTube. You know, but that's not the way I like to do things. I like to do things for me here, right? That's the main reason I'm here for. Is to trade for myself. So that's different ways you can do things, you know? Miss anything in chat? 1-to-1 would have jumped. X close. Guys, what's up with... Oops. What's up with Donvo? He said he doesn't think he'll stream for now. He then streamed, lost 15% and calling it small drawdown. Not sure, man. Stick in my own lane. I feel like DAX usually gives runners after London Open. If we're in a breakout phase, for sure, DAX runners are nice. Because breakout phases normally have a lot of volume on DAX. Things are moving fast today already, huh? Okay, beautiful. Finally a pullback from the 4 hour. Well deserved. GJ may give another chance to sell, but we're really low at the moment. Yeah. Anything we take right now, we're going to be selling lows. There's going to be a risk to that, but hey, beginning of the year, beginning of the month, you can take risks, but you just have to accept it. Otherwise, you choose not to trade today. That's the choice you make. You choose not to trade, or you choose to take risks and see, okay, what's up? Let's see what's up. You know, I mean, that's how it is. Appreciate everyone showing up. Make sure to leave a like on the stream. 360 of us in here and only 88 likes. You guys are totally sleeping. Totally sleeping. I think I'm shadow banned on YouTube or something. For sure, shadow banned. Because people don't get my notifications for stream anymore. We don't really get too many new viewers in stream. Also, like sometimes my videos, you know, no one receives them. I have to check out what's going on. On Tradingview, I recently discovered you can set alerts on lines that only go off. Yes, you can. I get the YouTube notifications each day. Yeah, but when I check, it's like not everyone, you know? I mean, it's like a small percentage compared. Like the reach is not where, like the reach is just my current subscribers, you know? See, this guy's saying I don't get your notification unless I search manually. Yeah. But to be fair, I don't need the notification. I know when you start. Yeah, but I'm talking about other people, you know? Nice 5 structure on that GJ, which is annoying. Yeah, just sitting there for you, huh? Do you trade only candle closures? I wait for candle closures. Those are my main way of trading. Not really the impulsive entry type. Several months ago, before joining, I suddenly saw I was unsubscribed. So yes, there is something going on with your channel. Maybe all other Forex streams because of other scammers. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what it is, you know. But definitely it's like there's a shadow ban. Yeah, you're right. Although I've subscribed on 2 accounts, I don't get the notification. But since I know the timing, I joined myself. Yeah. Interesting. That's what I'm trying to say. Is it necessary to trader use VPN? For what though? For what? Depends. Like, is it banned in your country? I mean, there's no reason to do so generally, right? Generally, you don't need to. DAX, it's pulling back. It's actually what we wanted, like instead of a straight dump. For us now to get into an entry, it's not a bad thing that is pulling back. But the question is, it's at 4-hour support, so target pretty much tapped. I know it sounds weird, but you kind of want it now to continue past 4-hour support because it kind of opens up a little bit more possibilities. We can look to trade back to the 4-hour support, but it is slightly riskier when targets tap. But we would just see if it starts to reverse, we'd have to get out. But we'll see how that happens. Anyways, guys, I'm just going to go to the toilet, come back. The SEC using AI to come after YouTubers this year, saying this is not financial advice. They won't stop charging. Yeah, I'm not too worried. S2 sells on which pair, brother? DAX, yes, but don't say anything, because knowing DAX, if you say that, it's gonna close at the support. How often and when do you stream? We have the same strat, so I think I'll join more often. Monday to Friday, brother. Monday to Friday, same time. Same time. Monday to Friday, same time. Harry, answer this, please. What did you ask, bro? Last video on was interesting on futures. Yeah, if you are interested in understanding futures and the difference between Forex and futures, whether you should make the switch, make sure to check this recent video out. Go leave a comment on this video, leave a like, I would appreciate it, and it will help you a lot. It's a question I get asked a lot, so that's why I made the video. $38 pips. Is today gonna just dump here on GJ? That is the question. DAX has a potential setup too. Today could just end up very, very bearish on DAX as well. $15 is closing bullish, I don't like. We have to be careful with the DAX that this is not just a 15-minute, make a bottom wick and then flip, break the high. I've seen that happen a lot of times. How can I receive your videos? You go to my YouTube channel, man. Just click my channel right now and watch the videos on my channel. This music's like over trading alarms going off. Harry, do you miss your GJ entry or your personal plan when PV closed below entry? How about that? Nope, I didn't. If I did, I would have taken it. If gold was bearish bias today, I would actually be interested in sells today, but I have to respect bias. No bottom wick does help the sell idea though, for sure. But it's not that far away. I just don't understand people. They hate you because you have a paid group and they're not understanding that everything you give is free on YouTube, and they're saying you're trying to earn from YouTube. Yeah, that's how it is, man. But I mean, if they're comparing free to YouTube, then yeah, of course, I mean, free to paid, then of course paid would have a lot more than free, you know, and so if they want to complain about that, then they can. But then again, I should be paid for my time. I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing to be paid for my time. So here, a thunderstorm would be great. Kind of just selling the lows here. It's possible. You know, you are running the 38 pip stop loss here for a target of 23 pips max. You know, it's a personal choice, this. 38 for 20. On a day like today, it's possible. Again, if I traded drastically negative risk to reward, this is an easy option. I'd close at like here, 6 pips. 38 pips stop loss, close here, call it a day. But I won't make money like that. People are idiots. I love that I joined the group. Gives so much value to me. Oh, I appreciate that, man. There's also a 4-hour support. Is there? Let's have a look, man. Yeah, this top one here, you're right. So it's actually even worse. No, I appreciate you guys being here. It's fun. Where could you have entered on GJ? I think this candle close here would be some sort of an option here, as it closed back inside this range. The only thing you're playing with is the 1 hour support, which I really don't agree with selling into. That's what made it tough. Like, look at the difference, guys. This is the candle you're dealing with before. This is the range you're dealing with before. So you tell me, in this area with this clean candles and these big candles there, what's easier to sell? Our mess we're dealing with here, or what happened before? And that's my point. So we're actually in a much more difficult scenario to what the market had in Asian. So this is a classic scenario. Break the lows here and then start to reverse. I wouldn't mind a setup 1 continuation below 4 hour support. Would be nice. More confirmation as well. We don't have to deal with any BS that forms in here, that this might be a rejection from the 4 hour support. We do have space to get back down to the 1 hour. 15-minute will have space as well. So, and with volume, of course, we will push through this for sure. That's how DAX works. With volume, we will push through it. We'll see. Chase for below Wix entry. I don't want to chase entries. I don't want to chase entries. Even though today is a day which you feel like you really want to, though. I believe DAX will melt in London Open. Yeah, I hope so. Which is the best pair to trade as a beginner? Any, man. It doesn't actually make a difference. The only difference it makes is you need to make sure you're calculating risk on no matter what pair you're trading. Whether you're trading any pair. You know, I'd say maybe stick to pairs that people around you are trading so you can compare analysis. That's going to be more helpful, you know. But there's not literally one pair for a beginner, one pair for an advanced, because I would always trade a beginner pair if it was easier to trade, right? If a beginner pair was easier to trade, I would trade it for sure. Why should I trade an advanced pair? Make my life harder. So this is what I was worried about. If we took the setup 2, breaks the low, and then boom, you know, you get screwed and then it goes up. So we are avoiding losses here at the same time, which is always nice to avoid a loss. So now the question is, now we have a structure here. If we do a break of structure here, 5-minute candle closing below, we can look for sells, especially if it retests here first, which would be really nice. DAX at 4 support, correct. What's the fundamental difference between Thunderstorm setup 3? Looks the same. Perfect. Thunderstorm is when you have a setup 1 on 15 plus a 5-minute giving a setup 3. Setup 3 is just a setup 3 by itself, right? You don't have a setup 1 on a different time frame. You know, you could be in a trending move. You could be like if a setup 3 happened here in between these two candles. Can you look at the screenshot I took? I can, but you can't send the link. So if you took it on Tradingview, you have to send me the X code. So we are creating a structure here on GJ. It's why I didn't want to rip this too early. Dollar levels here. I feel like the strat is really clicked for me. I'm getting all aspects. That's how it should feel. It should feel like in this flow state. It'll become like that, don't worry. Now, we just need to capitalize. So let's see what happens here with Mr. London Open today. And you know, we still have a lot of time in the session here. So I'm still hopeful here. What's your plan at the moment? DAX sells, I'm interested. Let's see this 5-minute close. As early as this 5-minute close can even start to give options. GJ sells, I would need to see it develop. Where we are on GJ, when I came to the charts this morning, I was actually not really too looking. I said it, I'm not aggressively looking for sells on GJ today because we're at monthly support, right? Monthly support is not going to be the best place to sell. You know, if we end up getting below it, okay, so be it. You know, we start to entertain that. But again, I'm not too enthusiastic, especially when there's other options of price not really doing the same on other pairs. Gold, I'm looking for buys. So this pullback here that it's doing right now, 4 hours made its bottom wick. This could actually end up forming my buy option because we have bullish bias, right? So I'm just going to be following bias today. Keep it simple. Counter trend, it's possible. It's possible for some counter trend action. But where we are right now, there's no counter trend at the moment. So we see in 48 seconds if this candle closes below, sorry. Want a nice deep close here, somewhere around where my mouse is. Because we need to break structure. These are higher lows, higher highs. It's not going to be good to sell when we're doing higher lows, higher highs. I'll tell you that much. Even breaking this low, I'm thinking for an aggressive entry. Because we're still stuck inside this range. In here. So even though this does look like a good close, that is our confirmation candle. But breaking this low would give us the, okay, we're outside of the range. Would break 1 minute structure here. Once we break 1 minute structure, can start to get interesting. I'm gonna try position about 0.6% risk once we break these lows here. Stop loss I'm gonna put above the highs. And then I'll try to add once we close below again, with the idea that price should just continue bearish today. That's my idea, that today is a resolution. 4 hours should just continue bearish. We should be able to retest this 4 hour support and break through. If we retest the 4 hour support and reject, I have 9 points. I can get out of the trade in 9 points. And that'll suck if it rejects the 4 hour support and stops me out, break even, and then goes. But that's the only risk I'm taking. That's why I'm reducing a bit, because selling at 4 hour support, we're not at it. We're trying to get back to it again. But the fact that we've tapped it once already is a little bit, you know, iffy. But if we're going to continue down today, which is the analysis, then the earlier we can get in, the better. At least I don't want to be trying to trade again at 4 hour support. At least this way, when I get in, I will already have reached 4 hour support. So we'll see. If 5 minute close is bullish, I'm going to change the trade. Because the 5-minute candle closes bullish here, back inside the range is creating a support. I don't want to be involved in a liquidity grab candle. At that point, I'll just have to take a sell below here. If it closes weak like this, it's still like a thunderstorm, so I think I can still count it. It will also be depending on how the 15-minute candle closes here. So 15 would still be valid. If the 15-minute candle closes below. Because you see the 15 would give a setup 1 continuation. But if the 50-minute closes back inside like this, we have to check and maybe wait for something else. So we'll see. Still around 1 minute here. A lot can happen 1 minute on DEX. Seems like it's bouncing. Yeah, 1 minute needs to do some business in 1 minute. See how the 1 minute is looking, what type of structure we're forming. Yeah, another higher low. So this kind will have to flip and do business. So realistically here, with 45 seconds left, guys, I'm gonna just wait for the 15. I'm gonna wait for the 15. It didn't trigger me there, so nothing really I can do if it didn't trigger me. Gave it a shot but didn't trigger me, so I'm just gonna wait for the 15 because 15 will give me confirmation. Again, like I said, 15 is not even looking like it's gonna close below, so I need to wait for something to close below. Again, it keeps us safe waiting for the break of that low instead of just going here. You see what I mean? Imagine we went right here, break of this low. So there's a lot of positive things you guys need to take out of this. How many losses we're avoiding, how many drawdown we're avoiding, you know. But we'll see how did the 15 close here? Close doji, interesting. Interesting. So I guess one more 5 close below will do it. Yeah, I think one more 5 close below will do it. Because if this is going to be a big move down, guys, this is what I want to explain to you. Try to vision it. This is the first leg number 1. So we made our leg down. Now we're getting a pullback. If this is going to continue, second leg should be able to come in. Question is that, you know, how much further does it go once the second leg comes in? And if a second leg doesn't come in, then that's just where we lose the trade. Because then it means, okay, that's all it had. All of this consolidation up here, the resolution would just be this for the London session, which can happen, you know, but again, we were expecting it to go more. It's just possibilities we have to take into account. Now, the nice thing here with gold is if gold creates a setup too, I think it's quite interesting here as well with bullish bias. We do have a nice range now being formed towards the upside, right? Because now look, to get to here, we have about 25 pips to this wick. To the resistance, we have 46 pips. It's a big range. It's definitely enough to trade this range. Is indicators good to use? Personally, I don't. They're lagging. I won't use them to make a final decision. If you're going to use indicators, can just be there to guide, but you don't want it to let it to overcomplicate, right? It's more of helping you with analysis, I would say. I'd say indicators are good for analysis, bad for execution. That's a very, very golden, I would say golden phrase there. Indicators are good for analysis, bad for execution. And many people use indicators for execution. And that's where I see them fail. Because they'll use indicators to be like, oh, now when the stochastic tick up, I'm going to press a buy. But by the time the stochastic is up, or whatever, RSI is up, you are late. You know, you are late. So instead, when you use an indicator, it could be like, okay, we are on daily time frame above the 8 and 32 EMA. since we're above the 8 and 32 EMA means we're still trending bullish. So it can help with the analysis, but it's not telling you to enter. It's just helping with analysis. I think that's the only useful point. But when you learn price action purely and you learn to read price action purely, you don't really need that. Most of the things are told when you're analyzing the charts the way I do. Like if you bring any indicator to give me any extra amount of information, it could do, but the fundamental stuff would be covered from my analysis. Hi, GJ seems to be replicating structure of November 24 with the lowest point 825. Can we see GJ going to that level today? 188.925. It's about 200 pips lower. The big barrier we have to get through is this monthly support, man. Monthly support ain't no joke. Monthly and weekly support is not a joke. You know, it definitely, we haven't tested it this week. We haven't tested it this month. This is going to be a fresh test of that zone. We don't know how it's going to react when it fresh tests this zone. If it reacted off it this week and we've already been through that zone, it's not going to be too much of a deal. We could probably look to push through that and be a little bit smart. But since it's going to be the first time we test it, we'll have to see. Please, how do I join the exclusive group and how much? You have to join from my website. It's $1.8 per day. All the information, what you get all of these stuff. Community, private network, daily live sessions, psychology webinars. We just did an amazing webinar. All of that stuff. So you can check it out there. How long to the 5-minute candle closes here in a bit? Let's see what DAX is doing. See if we get that second 5 candle close below. It would be the same entry. So 38 seconds. Let's see how it goes. It's flipping bullish again. This is why it's important to wait for closes. Things can look very tempting before they close, and then last 30 seconds, shit's flipping up. Yeah, pushing up, right? Last 30 seconds. So nothing just yet, guys. Nothing just yet until we close below here. So once we close below here, we can look at options. But interesting to see why waiting for closures is nice. Is this the liquidity we need now to continue down, or is London, that's it, London's going to reverse? We don't have mixed anything that we can look for buys. No, not really. So, interesting spot. But we're not even in London open for DAX here, so there's definitely could be more opportunities after London open. I'm not too worried about that. I just need to think of a way to get in. Ideally, I'm looking at a close below here. Is in my mind is going to be the easiest setup I see right now. We all start with indicators. We put them in the trash after we understood that indicators are lagging. Yeah. I mean, for Bitcoin, I used to use indicators. I have indicators here on my chart. These were just useful to see what trend is doing. I never used them for entry. These were just all volume and trend indicators. You know? So I used to use them, but never for entry. That's the difference here. Never for entry. 8 minutes, we could get a 15-minute candle closing bullish here. It's a big range. 1 hour would do what if it closed? It would respect the support. So any close we have, we want 1 hour respecting support. I think that's going to be default. Let's see. So GJ, whoever FOMO'd in at the lows, getting a bit punished right now, almost at stop loss, which I hope teaches you a lesson. I hope teaches you a lesson. Like, I know as much as it's tempting, and today could have been a day where GJ just dumps. Like, I even said that myself. Like, if you're taking a trade at the low, you expect today to be a day where GJ just keeps dumping, keeps dumping, keeps dumping, keeps dumping. But the time it's not, you get super punished, and you look back and say, I'm making an assumption not based on any technical basis, just based on I feel like today will be a day it keeps dumping. And then you forget that it's actually dumped quite a bit, right? I mean, we have moved since this morning, you know, 167 pips. So it's not like we're particularly early to make that idea. You joined this group, in my opinion, for smarter trade management and entries. I've been here for about 6 weeks. I'm already seeing fewer smaller losses. That's a huge benefit. It is, it is. Is GJ looking good to grab liquidity? If we get a setup 2, yes, that would be okay. We could go again on kind of the trade before. Have you used Vantage before and they are a trusted broker? I've had people in the exclusive group use Vantage. I think unless they've changed, there's like 2 people still using it. But yeah, there have been people use it. I've never used it myself though. German 40, German 30 the same? Yes. Yes, yes. What's gold session bias? Today is bullish session bias. Are you going live later? We're live London session, bro. So you're welcome to join us London session live. Alright, so we've retested higher, which is only a benefit for us, guys. The more we retest higher and come lower, it's a benefit, which just grabbing liquidity. So gold would have to do in how long here? About 4 minutes would have to flip bullish. Would also give a change of structure on 5. Even though this looks like, okay, it's not doing what we want to do, it's actually more beneficial if we get that now. Let me just go adjust AC. It's a bit dark today. I don't know if you guys can see outside. Actually, it doesn't look dark, but a bit cloudy today, so... Oh, it rained. Shit, man. It rained. I just cleaned my car yesterday, I promise. I spent $30 on a wash yesterday. Shit, man. Shit. Really, I had it properly cleaned. That's some BS. What? I swear, the car was an absolute mess. Absolute mess, I promise. It was just like, it looked like it'd been abandoned, right? Not my Audi, it's my Nissan. And yesterday, it's here, I can see it. Yesterday, I got the guys in to come, you know? No, but it's just like they spent an hour and a half, poor guys. Gave them a big tip. They cleaned inside, they polished everything, and now and it hasn't rained for the whole time I didn't clean my car. Fy fan, bro, fy fan. The problem here, guys, is the rain is extremely dirty. Like, if it rains on your car, it looks like you've driven through a mud, you know, a mud thing. It's very, very dirty, the rain here. Anyways, let me adjust it, come back. Mr. Dax, what is your plan here? You're gonna just consolidate? You're going up or down? What do we think is gonna happen in London Open? I wonder if we get a liquidity grab down or up. We'll see. About 2 minutes to London Open. I really wanted this 5 minute to flip and close bullish. It still can, but it would be great if it did that. We'd have a 15-minute candle close bullish. We want the 15-minute candle closing bullish above the 1 hour. So let's see where that 1 hour is, somewhere here. If it closes below the 1 hour, it's a little bit tough actually, because we've broken structure on the 1 hour and we're looking for buys. Is not the best plan. It's an unprofitable plan, to be honest. So no water. Come on, gold, go up, go up, go up. Don't make it, because if the 1 hour closes below, even if we get a 15-minute candle bullish, we are losing probabilities. We are losing probabilities with a 1 hour break of structure, because a 1 hour break of structure is stronger than just one 15-minute candle bullish close. Okay, Dax. Interesting. Now we don't want next candle to dump straight. So let's see what the open is doing here. It's interesting, getting interesting. Every time someone types DAX getting below, I swear it goes up. I promise. DAX going above. Watch it go below. Okay, here's the open. Please no big spike. Okay, relax, 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 relax. Ooh, now relax, go back down, go back down. So grab liquidity and it's pushing up bullish. Retraced the whole move so far. Retraced the whole move so far. So now it's rejecting. So let's let this candle settle and it will give us direction. This could be the liquidity grab we need to continue down for the rest. DAX open is such a gamble. It's pretty tough. I'm still struggling to find a solid way to always be on the right side of the open. I mean, you'll never be always on the right side, but try to be on the right side more often than not. Only way I've seen is to be in from before and trust price action to continue. You think LA fire will affect the market? No, it won't. It will only affect the people who live there. And the government of US, because they have to pay. Huge wick like that means it didn't want to continue bullish? Correct. That's what that saying means when I said this could be the liquidity for price to continue down, right? But we don't know how this candle is going to close. It could close pretty strong here in 3 minutes, right? So it's not confirmed a rejection just yet. It can be an initial rejection, but till the candle closes, we don't know its full shape. So gold did close below and now is spiking up here. 12 minutes for the 15-minute candle close. The problem with gold, you've had nothing close bullish. 1 hour didn't close bullish, 30-minute didn't close bullish, 15 didn't close bullish. 5 minute didn't close bullish. Extremely hard to take a buy. You know, like, I just don't see how I'm taking a buy in this scenario. GJ went up. Might want to create a setup 2 down. We shall see. So DAX needs to get out of this mini range it's formed here, this little 5-minute range, up or down basically. One minute for this 5-minute candle to close. Let's see how it closes. I don't need to keep my alert now. Interesting. Closing back inside potentially. That's very interesting. Imagine. Trigger everyone in. Early sellers without any close. Boom. Screw them up. Create this candle. This is like a classic FU candle. Screw everyone to the downside. Screw everyone to the upside. All early sellers took sells for sure. Right? We were planning those sells with a close below. We've had no close below. See the difference, guys. See the difference. Close below, we get protected. No close below. Mess up the sellers, mess up the buyers, mess up also the sellers who were trying to sell too early. And who wins? The guys with patience. The guys with patience here have lost nothing. They've lost nothing. The rest of the people trying to get into a move, trying to do something quick, yeah, you have lost. You have lost. Harry, I have a question. What does it mean if there's a downtrend but high volume and going up and down, low volume when falling down? Is it enough context to determine something? It's an interesting question. I don't think really, unless I just think it means that it needs to grab liquidity. So if there's aggressive moves up and slow moves down, then you should be trying to get in when it moves up first so that you don't have to sit through one of those aggressive moves up. That's what it would tell me. Nice to see you trading DAX. Thank you, brother. Do you also put live videos like this tomorrow? Yeah, Monday to Friday we are live. Look at this candle close here. Very interesting here. GJ still moving up strong. I'd actually be interested if GJ now breaks structure towards the upside, because this would be a second break of structure with a liquidity grab. It would be interesting actually. Just depends how it does it. We'll see. Need a way to get your attention quicker and exclusive when we get close to said candles like in DAX. Yeah, I know. I was locked in on GJ, seeing if there was an option or not. Still respecting this range, to be honest. What time? turn on notifications, even though people are saying they don't receive the notifications. But if you do, then you will receive it and you'll be notified. But it's at 10:30 a.m. Dubai time. I don't know what time that's going to work for you. You'll have to calculate it. So we're failing to move up, we're also failing to move down, so it just needs to make a resolution at this point. See you tomorrow, brother. Been noticing lack of volume since few days, something the market is waiting for? No, it's kind of actually the opposite, because we had so much volume in the beginning. Now the market's kind of maybe taking a chill pill. "17 seconds here, we'll see if it closes below in 17 seconds. So I want to be on standby because I know it can happen fast. Right, closed above for me. Even closed above this little resistance here. "15-minute close in 4 minutes, which could be interesting as well, right? Max bench, what's DADDP pig? Who are you calling a pig? Daddy pig? I don't want to be called Daddy pig. I haven't benched in 2 years. Really. Like, I haven't actually benched in 2 years. Like, done a proper bench session where I tried my PB. I haven't benched in 2 years. I stopped benching. And when I stopped benching is when I grew my chest. So since I'm not doing powerlifting, it's not mandatory for me to bench. Alright, let's see 3 minutes how the candles close here. Have you ever been in a fight? Like a organized fight? No. But yeah, a normal fight? Yeah, I have. When I was younger though. Not really someone who wants to opt for violence. I will avoid violence as much as possible. But if things do happen, then I know how to handle things, and that's how I like to be. I like to be someone who, like, you know, if someone tries to mess with me, I will avoid violence at all costs. I'm not here to prove who has the bigger balls and who is the more macho man. But if things do get a little bit serious, I definitely will know what to do. You know, and have that about me. But can't barbell benching be done along with dumbbell benching, or do you mean that you only do machine press for chest? I do dumbbell, I do machine press. I don't do barbell benching because it doesn't work my chest. I think I'm more shoulder dominant and it just doesn't work very well. What I did do for a while is incline Smith press. That seemed to work well. I like that. All right, let's see how this candle closes. What pair is this? Is DAX. DAX looking like it wants to close below 4-hour support here. See if it can do. Big stop, yeah, but big volume potential to come in. All right, so we failed to close the 5 below 4-hour support, but 15-minute candle will close bearish here most likely. I've seen this happen before on DAX where the next candle will just push through this zone. So depending if the 15 does not close bearish here, then it's going to be different, but it has closed bearish. So an option I have here is actually going break of this low here. Once we do break through. Yeah, I think I'm quite interested in that. Breaking this low, but I won't be full because we don't have anything closing below the 4-hour, especially after this top wick. GJ counter trend. Let's see GJ quickly. Yeah, it's just pushed very heavy up. Solid 1-hour support, 14 pips away from DAX. Yes, but by the time you get there, we can be break even. We can be a lot, you know. We have a lot of things we can do by the time we get there. Because imagine today is a breakout day. You know how breakout days work. Things just absolutely capitulate, you know. We can see very heavy downside move. Daily candle has so much room, you know. See it blast through this, no problems. And if it doesn't, we can be safe, you know. I'll take half a position when it breaks the low here. Stop loss above the high. Try to add rest on 5-minute. All right. Took that. Wish me luck. Look to add more if we close below. Don't understand this trade setup. 15-minute SL on the 5-minute. Well, it's above the 15-minute structure. 5-minute break through this because of this heavy downside potential we have of a breakout. We've been consolidating all last week. This is the first leg we had. We've had the pullback leading into the second leg. If this is going to be the second leg, this is where it's going to start from. There's no way I can get in after this. If I'm relying on analysis being bearish today and we continuing down, then this is where I have to give it a shot. The problem is with this type of trade is, of course, like you mentioned, the 4-hour support is definitely a tough place to be at. But I've seen this happen before. It's obviously the risk for me to lose this trade is it rejects 4-hour support 100%. But we'll see what happens. Nice push. I want to see us tap the 1-hour support first. There we go. Beautiful. All right, at this point, I can move stop loss to break even. And I'm actually going to close half of my positions here, guys. Going to close half of my positions. So going to close half of my positions here and leave the rest to run. Nice. Boom. Beautiful trade. So I'm leaving a little bit of a runner. Not half. I actually close 80% there. I actually close 80%, a little bit more. And I'm going to leave a little bit of a runner because I know this shit can really run here. This shit can really run. So I'm going to leave this to run. And that's the idea of this trade. So congrats, everyone. Let's fucking go, boys. Let's fucking go. That's the way to do it, man. Well waited for. We waited a while for this, and we got paid for it. Let's fucking go. Leave a W in chat if you understood the analysis, work through it. And yeah, let's get it. Let's get it, boys. Beautiful, beautiful trade. Let's see it. See YouTube chat, where's the W's, man? Man is sleeping in YouTube chat, all sleeping. Analysis was given. Zoom chat is on fire, which I like. Perfect, perfect. So now we just leave a runner, let it do its thing. Let's go find some higher time frame targets. We did get that analysis right about the push through the 4-hour, which I really like, and this being the second leg. So I'm pretty proud about that. We are tapping the second 1 hour, but realistically, runners here, I don't know, man. I don't know. I think, yeah, we have another level here, I guess. But runner is a runner, just, you know, let it go. This is S1, a little bit more advanced, but yes, it was S1 on a 15. But we were trying to break through the 4-hour, which was that analysis. But you see, if we waited for the close, would have missed it. And the key to this was that there was an S1 on the 15. That's why, right? Close below that previous 1 hour, which is the same zone that the 5 was struggling to close below all morning, right? We're just taking it with extra confirmation once we re-break the 4-hour. This is the liquidity grab that catches all the early sellers out, trying to run tight stop losses. Second time we re-break it, it's a lot more exciting. Lot more exciting. Took it half risk. It was supposed to be, but I was a little bit higher, 0.7, 0.8, because I didn't expect the stop loss to be It was actually a little bit bigger when I dragged stop loss. It actually became like 28 points. I was accounting for 20 points, but it actually was a 28 point. It was a 28 point. So you broke your rules on candle close entry? No, I just had a little bit more of an analysis because of what I was talking about, the leg number 1, leg number 2. You can see exactly what I mean. And to prove to you that this was not random, me trying to push through 4-hour support, first of all, I never took the first trade. This was the test. I didn't take it impulsively here. I waited for the close and for the rebreak. And the important thing, guys, was leg 1, leg 2. You see that? L2? Oh, that's a 4. L2. You see leg 2? And this was the liquidity I spoke about for London to continue price down. You see what I'm saying? This is exactly what I talked about. London continuing price down. The liquidity for London to continue price down. So you can see that if you just look at price action and uncomplicate everything, and my analysis, which I said multiple times, I expect price to do what today? Go down. You know? If price did not go down today, I lose, guys. I lose this trade if price does not go down. I will lose this trade. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with the analysis here and the way we waited patiently for a setup that actually did make sense. And you know, leg number 2, pull back. So we'll put this in the journal here. So solid work. Sell, we can call it setup 1. It is from a setup 1. I would like to see the time we got executed at. Nice 1-minute structure here as well. That caught me out last week. No 1-minute structure. No 1-minute structure caught me out last week. But you can see, look how important it is. This rejection was respected from 1-minute structure. If there's no 1-minute structure here, this could have come up here first before going down. I think this is going to stop my run out break even. We'll see if it rejects randomly. I might leave my stop loss actually here. It's only up like 6 points extra, 20%. Give myself a little bit extra room. Yeah, I might do that. Just to respect this structure here. Because when DAX goes, you guys, you know. Just allow it to retest 5-minute structure. Yeah. Yep. What time? $12:17. Why is it not typing? Anyone know there? Oh, 0.4. It's actually a little bit more. Wonder if you guys can see. Let's see. So it's a little bit more than 0.4%. You guys see? It's not focusing. Zoom chat maybe can see. Can Zoom see? 0.4%. A little bit than 0.4, but 1.4. No, Zoom even can't see. I'll post it later anyways. It's actually 0.5, but I have a runner, so we'll see when the runner ends how much I end up netting here. So I'll adjust this after. So I'll leave this blank for now, because I don't know how much total position will give. Okay. Make the cell bigger, you need it. I hope so. Wouldn't be a bad thing. But yeah, guys, I'm gonna call a session here. I'm gonna just leave this to run. I'll probably close full maybe around 69 here, just to call it a position. I'll just see how based on how I feel, to be honest. Pretty happy. Maybe I leave it overnight. Who knows? 20%. Maybe I close another half and leave some for fun, just to run up the pip counter. Won't really be a money counter at that point. I'll just let it run up the pip counter and then take it from there. So I appreciate everyone showing up to stream. Hope you guys learned something, got to see how I trade, how I execute on trades. So overall educational stream, good stream. Happy to be able to present this to you guys. With that being said, gonna be off now. Take care, trade sharp, and hopefully catch you guys very, very, very soon. All right, cheers guys, peace. See you guys, peace.